Luka Magnotta's life is rarely told accurately, especially all the time he spent in Italy. Magnotta was taking a break from Toronto after his breakup from boyfriend Nader Eid in 2005. Luca first went to Italy for modeling jobs. He was hired to do a private runway in Milan. It was a small show, but Luca met a lot of people, made a lot of contacts, and enjoyed the city. He traveled back and forth between Zurich, Switzerland, and northern Italy. He was also entertaining his Italian escorting clients. By the way, this vacation almost never happened, because Nader Eid was trying to sabotage Luca's leaving. While at the airport, Nader was driving erratically on purpose and doing circles in the airport parking lot. The police pulled the car over and Nader deliberately kept saying ridiculous statements trying to arouse the police officer and suspicions, such as, "Luca is not going to Europe to sell drugs, don't worry." Why would Nader drive erratically and provoke the police? Well, he was really jealous of Magnotta and all the money and vacations Luca was receiving. Luca eventually told the cops Nader was an idiot, and Luca left for Italy and forgot about Nader Eid completely. Just so you all understand, Nader Eid is a very closeted bisexual. He stalked Magnotta relentlessly after the breakup, even though Luca made it clear the relationship was finished. Also, while Luca was in Italy, somebody mysteriously broke into his condominium and knew exactly where all the stash of money was hidden. A large amount was taken when Luca returned, and surveillance cameras were already taped over. Luca was accused of selling drugs in Milan in 2005 for the Italian mafia and smuggling it into Switzerland, but he completely denies these allegations. Luka Magnotta had a lot of wild experiences on his next Italian trips. If you've ever seen the Jane Mansfield Italian documentary about her sex adventures, it's very similar to Luca's. Orgy parties, bathhouses, threesomes, late-night hotel erotic photo shoot sessions. Italy was full of love, and Luca met a beautiful woman there, and they had a spectacular affair. She was originally from Venice, but relocated to Milan. They met at a cafe after she asked him a random psychology question. They became very romantically involved and inseparable. It was a modern-day Romeo and Juliet. The woman's parents, unlike Romeo and Juliet, loved and adored Luca. The couple vacationed in Tuscany and Florence and spent time, actually a lot of time, on the boat that they were loaned by a friend, boating out to an island and spending the entire day nude sunbathing. Luca really cares for this woman still, so I won't reveal her name. The relationship ended because of severe jealousy and alcohol abuse. They still remain friends, however. Other allegations are that Luca was slipping into Portugal because he was involved in a crime ring where he would slip into people's houses and steal valuables, mostly vacationers. He also denies posing as a charity and stealing people's money, which was alleged. Luca was traveling constantly back and forth between Italy and Portugal for work. Luca was spending his time at resorts in Portugal, entering all of his clients from England. Luca was accused of involvement in the disappearances of Joanna Cipriano and Madeleine McCain, and participating in sex rings, abducting people for profit. But Magnotta denies all of this. He says he was working as a male escort, and every other similarity is a coincidence. Luca also says Franz Rupert, the German pedophile, was involved in the sex rings. Franz Rupert and Luca lived together while in Germany, and Franz Rupert was also a convicted pedophile. He involved Magnotta in a lot of horrible things, which will be exposed one day. Luca was enjoying Florence one day when a very attractive young, muscular man approached him. This man's name was Joe. Joe flirted a lot with Luca. They made their way back to the hotel, and Luca discovered he was a son of a very famous politician. Luca and him enjoyed some very passionate sex for 3 days in the hotel. The man treated Luca very well. Joe then gave Luca a suitcase full of cash and entrusted Luca to take the suitcase full of cash from Italy to Zurich and deposit it into a Swiss bank account. Luca was given a great reward for doing this. Big favor. And this man Joe never forgot how amazing and trustworthy Luca was to not steal all the cash. It is really upsetting that the liars in the media never got any of Luca's story correct. A few Toronto reporters are the worst, especially Joe Warmington, the idiotic, obsessed, predatory journalist from the Toronto Sun, who's been harassing Magnotta for years, along with the imbecile Christy Blatchford, now that she is gone. Carla Homolka and Luka can both rest easier knowing that they will not be attacked in the press. Christy Blatchford was attacking Carla and Luka for years, and we are all thankful this woman is long gone. But back to Italy. Luka did a lot of ballet there, and in Milan and Rome. He became quite the talent at his ballet school. Yes, Magnotta was a successful ballet dancer. All you idiotic morons who believe you know Luka's life are sadly mistaken. You know nothing about Magnotta, except what the liars in the press write. For instance, Luka is very loud and extroverted. He swears a lot and is very passionate and forceful. Everyone who meets him quickly realizes just how intelligent he is. So quit acting like you know Magnotta and anything about his life. For instance, Luka despises his mother and relatives. He refuses to speak to the bitch ever again. Luka rarely had any contact with his relatives, so don't believe the fake news. Luka spent many more years vacationing all over Italy and loved that country. Luka still has a lot of friends there and countless photos online of his Italian vacations. Luka said that the Italians are some of the best lovers he has ever had. They are passionate and sincere. The wild sex parties Luka had were unforgettable. Someday a true documentary and book need to be made of all of Luka's wild sex adventures. If you enjoyed this podcast, like, share, and comment. More is to come.